Hi nerds, thanks for coming back to my channel. So I had an idea that kind of popped into my head and I wanted to try something new. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this would be kind of fun to film and kind of edit together for YouTube. So I was trying to think, okay, I need a new playlist. What am I going to call it? So I think I'm going to call it Educate Myself. Maybe? Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good name for it. I'm going to go with Educate Myself, I'm pretty sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try new things and I'm going to kind of walk you guys through the struggles that I have and try and do my best not to look like total idiot. I hope you enjoy this first episode where I cover my ukulele and stickers from The Office, my favorite show. Never done it before. Hope it works. We will see. Let's watch. All right. We're back with some supplies I think I might need. I might need a ukulele. I might need a screwdriver, definitely. And I have an X-Acto knife with a fresh blade. Please ask your parents before using one of these tools. It is very dangerous. And if I cut myself, I'll give you a warning. I promise. Okay, so let's open up these stickers. I haven't even looked at them yet. Here's side one. Oh, there's a bunch in here. Dunder Mifflin. Threat Level Midnight. Has a whole bunch of cool things on it. Oh, cute. I think I made the right choice. That's the teacup. Aw, Jim and Pam. There's Micah. I understand nothing. These are cool. Ooh, I like this one. It's like propaganda. Love it. Like the bra. Okay, so there are so many cool ones. What I think I want to do is I'm going to lay them all out and take a picture and then show it for you guys so you can freeze it if you want to and check out all these pictures. If you're interested in where I got these stickers, I don't know, it was a present, but I can ask my sister and let you know, but I'm pretty sure they're from Amazon. Pretzel day. All right, I'm gonna line these all up so you guys can take a look. That's only one side too, there's a whole other side. Okay, so I laid out just half of the stickers and it took up like my whole entire workspace. Here's the picture. As you can see, there are so many awesome, unique stickers in this pile. Quick, move these aside and lay out the whole other side that I haven't even opened yet. I think I have too many, which is an awesome problem. Here is the second half of the stickers. So I'm gonna pick out some of my favorites or maybe categorize them in some way like a nerd would do. Okay, cool. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, we're back. I categorized all of my stickers. I'm gonna definitely have too many, so I just want to apologize about how much of a mess my hair looks like. I'm definitely gonna use, when there's only one of each person, they're gonna, like, I love it. Alright, I'm gonna take off the tuning pegs on the head of my ukulele and then make sure that my strings are all the way unwound and then it comes all the way down past the body so I can cover underneath and also give it a nice wipe down before I get started with that. So here we go. We're back. I found my other set of tools and I found a smaller screwdriver with a smaller tip that definitely fits. So here we go. We're going to take off. Oh, first we're going to loosen the strings. And I'm going to fast forward this part. The reason why we want to loosen the strings before we start taking off the tuning pegs is just obvious tension. You know, you want to make sure that you don't have very much tension on those strings or on the tuning pegs when you're trying to loosen stuff. Yeah, there it goes. They're all off. I didn't break any of them. I'm going to leave them hanging down here because it's tied so beautifully and I'm not exactly sure how to retie it and I don't feel like making another video about that. So now that we have the strings off, I'm just going to finish unscrewing the tuning pegs. Now if you're not sure how to put them back on when you take them off, you can just take a picture. They always wing to the outer corner. I ended up not losing any of the parts, but then deciding to not use the parts. Two, white part off. This is the washer that protects the wood, just in case you tighten too tightly. Alright. Next, ready to go? Turns it out. So I started putting stickers on the back, and I looked at all my stacks of all my combinations of stickers, and I realized I had the most of Dwight and Michael. If you're wondering what that crackling is, I'm making chicken thighs for dinner, so just deal with it. So I started collecting the piles that had the most, like Dwight and Michael, and then next was Jim and Stanley were tied, and Kevin for actually the most amount of stickers. So I've already put this many stickers on. I'm not sure how many, like million probably. Just kidding. And this is where I'm at. Done some overlapping. I have Michael, I have Jim, I have Dwight on there twice, I have Kevin. I have 2 stickers of Kevin eating broccoli, so that's perfect. We are on the last sticker of the back of my ukulele. There it is. What did I learn? What have I learned from this ukulele stickering process? I've learned that definitely want to have an overlap over the edge. I cut 2 stickers in half to split them. Make sure everything was covered. Tried to make sure you could still read everything. Pushing it down really nice and flat in between levels. We're gonna check back in. I've made a big mess. I've got the full neck, head, and body covered in stickers. Also, except for this little section, all the way around the outside of the body. And then I started working on the front. That's where we're at right now. Just finishing putting the stickers around the front. I'm using a pair of scissors and the razor blade to kind of trim the stickers. I have the whole instrument covered in overlapping stickers. I'm gonna cut the sound hole back out with my razor blade. Don't forget, I am putting a clear coat on this, so some of the stuff that's not staying down, I'm gonna pretend like it's okay. Never done this before. Hope for the best. Once again, ask your parents before using a sharp object. Make sure they're watching. Ooh, cute. Luckily, my hand-eye coordination helped me not cut myself with that razor blade. Alright, we're back. So, everything is covered in stickers. Got a little bit of overhang. Some of them overlap, some of them do not. So, I'm going to use my razor blade to trim off some of the stickers. And then I also got some Gorilla Glue, just in case I want to fold over and glue down any of the stickers. Yeah, I tied the strings up to make it a little more accessible, and I got some painter's tape, and some clear, crystal clear gloss, outdoor. That Gorilla Glue is way better than super glue. It just seemed to wash off really a lot easier. Using the razor blade along the side of the neck to make sure that really straight, flush line. So the next step is to cover the wood that's exposed in tape, in painter's tape, and then go outside in the dark and do the first coat of spray paint. Maybe basement, we'll see. I like to use really long strips of tape and use a pair of scissors to cut and fold over, so I have a really accurate edge. Seems to be really beneficial, especially along the fretboard. I taped up the strings because I didn't want to redo that fisherman's knot on the bottom. What I did last night, after I did all the trimming and gluing, was I took it, I taped it up, you guys saw that. I took it outside and it was like pitch black, so I just didn't record it. And then this morning I gave it another thin clear coat. It's coming out really awesome so far. Okay, I'm in the basement right now. This is my mop. That's my ukulele. I know it's not the proper technique, I know. And then I had this awesome idea to put one of the circle stickers. This actually was Pam, which makes me happy. So a circle sticker to make that rounded accent for the sound hole. Alright, it's looking pretty awesome. I also ordered some fancy tuning pegs. A skull. It's a skull. So it's gonna be an adventure. I also decided to get some colored strings. So that's gonna put a little bit more time on the project because I have to wait for the strings to come, but I got some really cool colored strings. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I love it. Now I'm gonna take the tape off, and a friend told me to use a razor blade on the edge of the tape so that it doesn't like rip the spray paint or the coating or whatever you're doing. Cool. So here I go. Yeah, that razor blade edge on the outside of the tape really is a great way to make sure you have the edge that you're looking for. I've had some issues with painter's tape in the past, maybe not having a clean enough edge after removal. It's my beautiful ukulele in progress. The razor blade was a really good idea on the tape. There is still a little bit of blue tape that I'm gonna have to fight with a little bit, but oh my gosh, this looks way better than I thought it would. So this is me walking up to Top Shelf Guitar in Bayview. My new camera was having some user errors, so I just decided to do more of a voiceover commentary style for the rest of the video while Marshall and I discuss the progress being made. So what did you do to start with the wood? What are you doing?
So I start off with cleaning and oiling the fretboard, which I use a mixture of mineral spirits and lemon oil with some 4-aught steel wool, so quadruple zero. That will have enough grit to it to get through any gunk, but not so much grit that it actually scratches the fretboard or the frets.
Oh, cool. So the tuning pegs that I purchased off Amazon, the skull ones, they didn't fit. So can you explain how you got them to fit?
So what I'm doing here is I'm using a reamer tool, which just enlarges the tuning peg hole. The first time I did this, I did it with a drill bit, and it bit through the headstock and took a big chunk of finish out of the back of the guitar I was working on. So that's the way it did not do it. So the reamer tool really lets you work at a much more controlled pace, so it doesn't knock out a big chunk of finish. Good sharp tools help.
Yeah, the difference, so they're this, like, what are they called, enclosed gears on the back instead of open gears?
Yeah, so it's really they're both geared tuners, but the enclosed ones are generally a lot finer gearing, so the more number of teeth, the more slowly it tunes, and you get a much more fine tuner.
Cool.
It's easier to stay in tune and locks.
Okay, so you had that little punchy tool. That one, that what's that?
That's a center punch, which essentially just marks the spot where I'm going to drill, which lets so the drill bit when it starts, it has a point that it wants to center on, and doesn't want to walk. So I can pick exactly where that hole's going to be, and it just gives me a tiny little divot where I want the hole to be. So that was just a nut driver, so to tighten the tuners from the other side.
Cool.
Because you said you were going to possibly be taking these strings off and doing another clear coat. I wanted them to be easy to take on and off, where the fisherman's knot is really stable and it's not going to go anywhere, but it's a lot harder to undo, where having I just did like a double square knot on the end, just enough where the string will not pull through the bridge, but if you just loosen it from the tuner, you can just pull the string all the way through the bridge, and it'll be fairly easy, and you can do it again.
Yeah, earlier in my video, you guys will notice that I taped up my strings because I didn't want to untie it because I was afraid to retie it.
That's also why I didn't trim any of this extra, was if you're going to redo it, having everything trimmed gives you no slack to work with, so just leaving a little bit of extra on both sides just in case a knot comes loose or something. Yeah, whenever you're untying a string and redoing it, it's never ideal, but if you have some extra slack to work with, you can get another knot in it.
Sure. Now, Marshall's got one of the best ears out of probably anybody that I've met, but he used his phone as a tuner, and why is that?
Because as good as your ear is, always a good idea just to check that you're actually in 440.
Yeah, I'm tuning all the time. I can't play my videos without being in tune.
Especially if you're going to be playing with anybody else.
Thank you so much for your help. I mean, I planned on doing this by myself at the beginning, but I'm glad. I've learned a lot. I feel like every time we work together, I learn something new about strings, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nerd. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Marshall. And I'll check in with you nerds later. Bye.
Next time.